If you're looking to go to college, if you've been to college, if you're the parent of somebody that's getting ready to go to college, you want to listen up to our next guest because it's Andy Lockwood, and he's a specialist on the college essay. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you for having me. It's good to be here.
So when you went to college, did you have somebody help you with your essay?
No, there was
Okay.
no help for people like us back then. I applied to one school and just figured it out.
Why are things more competitive now, do you feel?
The biggest issue, I think, is that the relentless marketing that these colleges are doing to get applications in, not just from kids in this country, but in other countries. There's basically the same amount of spots that are available for kids to get in, but more applicants going in, more applications going in because of all the marketing the colleges are doing.
Okay, so they're marketing and they're saying, you know, you want to
Apply
come here,
here,
apply here, apply here, apply here, apply here, apply here.
Yeah.
Is there always a spot for everybody that wants to go to college? I mean, they're going to find a space for you, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, there's about 4,000 colleges in the country. Most kids in any given high school will apply to the same 25 or 30. It's a very small universe. We refer to those as the rear window sticker colleges, but there's really life beyond those RWS schools.
Now, why should somebody get your book? What nuggets of information are in there that are going to make a difference for them?
Okay, so the book can actually be downloaded for free. The cool thing about the book is that it wasn't just written by me. It was also written by my co-author, who is a former admissions officer at the University of Chicago, which admits 7% of its applicants. And she read about 5,000 essays in her 5-year tenure when she was there. And we went through each of the essay choices prompt by prompt. So unlike an English teacher, unlike a guidance counselor, unlike another parent or neighbor whose best friend's kid got into Penn early decision, you know, whatever, this is actually from the horse's mouth exactly what an admissions officer is looking for to get in. You're not going to find this anywhere else.
Now, your training, what has your background been in, and how did you find yourself as this being your profession and your expertise?
Yeah, there's no easy answer to that one. I and my wife were partners, and we're both lawyers. And back in the 90s, I worked for a big firm. We got downsized, started our own business, and gradually got into the college planning business, which means not just essays, but also financial aid, helping kids pick colleges, helping them on interviews, and the essays and the applications and everything else, and negotiating with colleges.
And what's been one of your success stories? Has anybody given you any feedback like, oh, Andy, thank you so much. I got into where I wanted to go.
So, some of the best stories are actually from admissions officers who read our kids' applications and write back. So we had a client this year who had twins get into Cornell, and she said, we got this unbelievable note from the admissions officer, I want to share it with you. And the admissions officer said, you should be really proud of your kids. It was a very competitive year, and their applications really stood out. And we worked with them to not only sort of craft their extracurricular activities and position them, because it's marketing for kids. It's not just colleges marketing, but kids are in business for themselves, whether they realize it or not. We spent, you know, a lot of time trying to shape their not only their activities, but also their essays.
And at what age do you think somebody should prepare for college? Because we live in New York, right? And I see people like at the age of 3.
Yeah.
They're actually, some people are even timing when they have a baby in order for them to, I mean, they're like a thoroughbred racehorse. It's kind of silly. But
Yeah.
in your expert opinion, at what age should somebody start kind of looking towards that?
3's late.
Yeah.
No, okay. In utero. No,
I
I would say the reality is that once your foot hits the floor of high school,
Okay.
you start to create that body of work that will ultimately be judged by an admissions officer. However, in our experience, most kids aren't ready necessarily that early. We do have a handful of 9th graders who start with us. It's usually when they have older siblings who messed up, and
Gotcha.
the parents are like, I'm never letting that happen again.
Yep.
But I think, you know, a lot of times boys wake up a little bit later than girls do.
Okay.
So 10th, 11th grade is usually the sweet spot, and we have plenty of people in between 11th and 12th that start with us too.
Excellent. Thank you very much for joining us. And I know you're going to come back on another day with Pearl, your wife, right? We're going to do another segment. But thank you very, very much. So college essays, it's all the rage, right?
Yeah,
and you got to do it right.
Marketing. It's all about marketing.
Marketing. Okay, thank you so much. Stay tuned for more on Live It Up. We've been visiting with Andy Lockwood.